You're all very welcome. Now, I'm not overly qualified to tell you what's happening next, so I'm going to hand you over to Anne-Marie O'Brien, who will give you a rundown.
I suppose most of you know that I have spent the last 4 years back in full-time third level education, and it was today in musical theatre in Cork School of Music that drew me back. So these fabulous ladies here behind me have been my classmates for 4 years. We've had an absolutely fantastic time together. So tonight you're going to see some of what we have been performing ourselves. There's some songs from shows, there are a few monologues, so I don't know if any of you have ever kind of seen that kind of thing before, where it's just one person and it's acting rather than a poem or song from there. So enjoy them, they're funny, you're allowed to laugh, you're allowed to join in, you're allowed to sing along. If you know the song, don't be afraid to sing with us. So I really, really hope you'll enjoy it. Sit back and relax.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. That's not a word. Of course it is. And quite a useful one at that. When trying to express oneself, it's frankly quite absurd to fleet into a lexicon to find the perfect word. A little spontaneity can keep a person keen. You need to find a way to say exactly what you mean. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Even though the sound of it is something quite atrocious, if you say it loud enough, you'll almost sound precocious. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. What does it mean? It can mean exactly what you want it to. Sewage when we're chatting, merely grunting would suffice. This birthday mark, I've used it once or twice. Sure, Egyptian pharaohs would have grasped it in a jiff. Then every single pyramid would use this hieroglyph. Oh, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Use it and wild animals will not seem so ferocious. Add some further flourish and it's also rocococious. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. The ancient Greeks, I'm certain, would have used it in their myths. No wonder those Roman emperors went into the abyss, because those Latin scholars didn't have a word like this. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. If you say it quietly, it will almost be hypnosis.
Check your breath before you speak in case it's halitosis.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. So, you can also say it backwards, which is hyperglyphic Aphilodus Crucis.
She may be tricky, but she's bloody good.
So when the cat has got your tongue, it's no need to dismay. Just summon up this word and then you've got a lot to say.
Pick out 18 consonants and 16 nouns as well, and put them in the order that is very hard to spell.
SUPERCALIF or HEIL. ISTICXPIALID. OCIOUS. Oh, Jesus. Dear friend, I am so sorry about last night. Last night, I was so nasty. Well, he deserved it, but even so, that George is not like this George. This is a new George that I don't know. Somehow, it all reminds me of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. When right before my eyes, a man that I despise has turned into a man I like. It's almost like a dream, as strange as it may seem. You came to offer me Snap! 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 How many games is that I'm after winning, yeah? And how many did you win? And do you know why you won near a game, Josie? Because you're thick. That's the why. You only win when you play your man, because your man is thicker than you. Thick and stubborn and backward, wrong-headed, top it all. Are you going to start crying now, you little pussy baby? Don't you dare cry. You need to toughen up, child. What age are you now? I said what age, yeah? 7 old years. When I was 7, I was cooking dinners for a house full of men. I was tilling 16 turnips 12 hours a day. I was birthing calves, sowing corn, stucking hay, laying the bull bee's nose, and you can't even win a game of snap. Sit up straight or you'll grow up a hunchback. Would you like that, would you? To grow up a hunchback? You'd be like an old camel, and everyone would say as he loped by, there goes Josie Kilbride, the hunchback. Would you like that, would you? Answer me! What did I tell you about calling me Granny? Grandmother! Say it! And you're lucky I even let you call me that. Do you want another game? When did I cheat? A bad loser is all you have, Josie. And there's nothing meaner than a bad loser. I never cheat. Never! Do you hear me? Look me in the eye when I'm talking to you, you little bastard! And why don't you want another game? Because you know I'll win, isn't that it? You little coward, you. I'll break your spirit yet, and then glue you back the way I want you. I bet you can't even spell your name. Go on then, spell it. Wrong, wrong, wrong. You got some of it right. You got the Josie part right, but you got the Kilbride part wrong. Because you're not a Kilbride. You're a Swain. Can you spell Swain? Of course you can't. You're Hester Swain's little bastard. You're not a Kilbride and you never will be. He's an idiot, your daddy. I warned him about that one, Hester Swain. She'd get her claws in. And she did. Tinker. That's what you are. Tinkers. And your poor daddy and all he's had to put up with. Well, at least that's all changing now. Why don't he's head off in that old caravan back to wherever he's came from and give your poor daddy back to me where he rightfully belongs? And you've your jumper on backwards. Don't you cheat me! And tell me this, Josie Swain. How much is your mam in the bank? I'll tell you how much. A great big goose egg. Useless, that's what she is. Living off handouts from my son that she flitters away on whiskey and cigars, the Jezebel witch. Guess how much I saved? One. Guess. Guess. £10. Are you mad, child? Are you mad? £10. £3,000. All mine. I saved it. I didn't frig it away on creme bundler blouses. No. I saved it. 1,000 for me funeral. 1,000 for the little sisters of the poor. And 1,000 for your daddy. I'm leaving you nothing, because your mother will get a hold of it. And do you think I would get any thanks for saving all that money? No. None. None in the world. Would it ever occur to anyone to say, well done, Mrs. Kilbride, well done, Elsie? Not once did your daddy say, well done, mother. No. Too busy fornicating with Huster Swain and too busy bringing little bastards like yourself into the world. an itching on the tips of my fingers. I've got a boiling in the back of my brain. I've got a hunger burning inside me, cannot be denied. I've got a feeling that the Father who made us, when he was kindling the pulse in my veins, he left a tiny spark of that fire smoldering inside. The spark of creation is flickering within me. The spark of creation is blazing in my blood. A bit of the fire that lit up the stars and breathed life into the mud. The first inspiration of the spark of creation. I see a mountain and I want to climb it. I see a river and I want to leave shore. Where there was nothing, let there be something, something made by me. There's things waiting for me to invent them. There's worlds waiting for me to explore. I'm an echo of the eternal cry of let there be. The spark of creation is burning bright within me. The spark of creation won't let me rest at all until I discover or build or uncover a thing that I can call my celebration of the spark of creation. The spark of creation, may it burn forever. The spark of creation, I am a keeper of the flame. We think all we want is a lifetime of leisure, each perfect day the same, endless vacation. Well, that's alright if you're a kind of crustacean, but when you're born without imagination, sooner or later you're feeling the fire get higher and higher. The spark of Looking back, I could have made things up. much younger, so much younger. Now at least I know him well. Wasn't it good? Oh, so good. Wasn't he fine? Oh, so fine. Isn't it madness? He won't be mine. Didn't I know how it would go if I knew from the start? Why am I falling apart? Wasn't he fine? Isn't it madness? He won't be mine. But in the end, he needs a little bit more than me. More security. He needs his fantasy and freedom. I know him so well. It took time to understand him. I know him so well.
At restaurants, our favorite game was to touch an object on the table and casually offer a pun into the existing conversation. Touching the pepper grinder, I might say, "You crack me up." And you would graze your knife and declare, "That's a sharp observation." And I would hold my water glass and caution, "Don't get too full of yourself." And you would nod seriously and apologize. "You're right, I'm sorry," as you took the pen to sign the check. Back and forth we went, eyes shifting from napkin to soup spoon, considering the tabletop like a chessboard, giggling at our secrets from the waiters. The best, of course, was when a new object was introduced to the table. Something surprising or difficult to maneuver into wordplay. Something that left both of us staring hard and silent, racing each other's brains to the cleverest quip. You were always faster than I. I could not keep up with your lightning mind, and rejoiced instead in the satisfaction it gave you to beat me to the punchline, to see you beam at your own wit, and then at me, your favorite audience. The day you broke up with me, you brought me to Whole Foods for lunch. This is a pain, because there are so many of them in New York, and they each look the same, and so now each one looks like a scene of the crime. After you told me you'd forgotten my name and so many other mouths, I said it's okay. And I held your hand while you cried. If I had been just a little bit faster, I would have reached for the paper napkin holder and said, "Thank you for dispensing this knowledge to me." It would not have been one of my stronger puns, but it might have made you laugh, which is still what I wanted most in that moment. I could have said, "Let's table this for later," as I knocked on the counter between us. Or, I guess I was more disposable than I thought, as I reached for a plastic spoon. Maybe, wow, you sure kept this information contained with a nod to the takeout box? I can't believe you kept a lid on this for so long. As I took a swig of water, I bet it was really hard to keep bottled up. I could have shouted a line about every single product on the shelves as I threw them to the ground, winding backwards through each aisle to the exit. Could you imagine the response I would have gotten? I mean, employees wiping their hands on their green aprons, pausing from shelving the quinoa to see the crazy pun lady go out with the bang. I could have ended on finally Zinger shouting, "I have never felt more betrayed," as I knocked over the entire display of violent fruits, causing every shopping cart with a mom to burst into sympathetic applause as I bowed my way out. Actually, I doubt anyone would have noticed. I mean, I'm sure wilder things happen in Whole Foods all of the time. So instead, I said it's okay, which is the opposite of what I meant. I meant it's not okay. I meant, why? I meant, please don't leave me. I meant, I have loved you for 5 years. I meant, when the waiters aren't looking? Who will I race to impress with my banter? Who will smile at me when he reaches the punchline first, delighted that he has won?
From last July, but it wouldn't be as awful as the summer in Ohio without cable, hot water, Vietnamese food, or you. I saw your book at a Target in Kentucky under a sign that said new and recommended. I stole a look at your picture on the inside sleeve, and then I got and leave. Got uncharacteristically quiet. He said, all things considered, I guess you don't have to buy it. So I smile like Mona Lisa and I lay my visa down. He wants me had much good luck as a performer. I've been cast in almost every show. From Carousel to Hair on Broadway, I was there, but you never know. Perhaps you picked me out last year in Phantom, or underneath my dirt in Miserable. But if you tried to pick me out from all those voices in the crowd, I'm certain that you must have had a problem. My plight is quite familiar to those who tread the boards at the Niederlander, Schubert, and Rialto. And though I've got a great high C, the reaction seems to be, wow, that's great, dear, but we need you singing alto. Please give me a chance to sing melody. Give me a crack at the tune. I'm filled with chagrin every time I begin by the light of the silvery moon. Just one little shot at the melody. Give me a moment to shine. I'm sick of can't help loving that man of mine. Just look at Oklahoma, for example, that rousing title number of the show. While everyone is singing Oklahoma, I get sky, yo-ho. And now a medley of my final roles. The hills are alive with the sound of music. Three little maids from school are we, correct as a schoolgirl well can be, filled to the brim with girlish glee. Three little maids from school. Touch me, it's so easy to leave me. What mirror where? Which what where who? Such a pretty me. Such a pretty me. Please pull a few strings for the melody. Don't care if the solo is teeny. It would be nirvana from heaven, such mana, to sing something other than sweet. I'm down on my knees for a melody. Give me a moment to shine. Just half a bar and let this chorus go be a star tonight. What's it all about, Alfie? Is it just for the moment to live? What's it all about when you sort it out, Alfie? Are we meant to take more than we give? Are we meant to
The Princess Complex.
The Princess Complex. A parfum de toilette.
The Princess Complex, a specially concocted potion that guarantees despair.
Prolonged crying spells. And results in a waistline smaller than your own neck.
The Princess Complex may also result in bad decision making.
And swollen glands.
Swollen glands? Big, milky, swollen glands. Big tits. I can never find a blouse that fits.
I got a silhouette that never quits. Another pretty featured mammoth pits. I got a back because the men that made me up make sure I brought it up and come.
I got a Rolls, I got a yacht, I got a beach for nuts and kids, and it's because I find myself with big tits.
Yeah, look at it right now, sister. Yeah, get a load of these hairy feasts.
Gigantic jugs, the kind where it's a chore to give close hugs.
Think I use performance-enhancing drugs, or stuff I brought with two very large rolled-up rugs, and you know that you were written by a guy when your chest pokes out someone's eye.
I got a Rolls, I got a yacht, I got the beach for nuts and kids, and it's because I find myself,
And sometimes I blind myself. I feel behind myself, I'm at my wits.
and it's because we've got big tits. Melons abound. Men worship the ground upon which our shadows move.
And in all my films and dolls, there's cleavage galore. You wanna know why? Why? 'Cause men adore more of what's before your every entrance to a room.
Hard to find something to wear. So massive face, every princess is waiting hostage nightmare. Big tits,
Monumental tits.
perky and full. High gravity's pull,
And we got them because every one of us was
drawn by a man.
a sexually frustrated man. That's why our storylines span to mountains and valleys, from the Isles of Manhattan to the woods of Spokane. Guys, making films with their flies. That's why it's no small surprise that our backsides are tiny and our front seems to be supersized.
Teaching little girls that all you really need.
That all you really need is a prince and a moat and a pair of these to succeed.
Now pay attention, kiddies. If you want to get ahead in life, all you require are enormous titties. Colossal cans. They're just sitting there like two extra large pizza pans. They just had to go and overinflate all my glands.
If I hold myself like this, then you can't see my hands.
In every sequel they create, our knockers tend to escalate.
That's why we find ourselves
With beanbags and boulders, we've resigned